Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Raging Loop on Nintendo Switch. There was a small ancient TV here. Apparently you could get public broadcasting here, but not much else. That was probably enough for everyone to gather here and have dinner while watching something. I was told that all the dorm rooms had TVs too. That had to be another way they pampered the children who would eventually leave this place. It strongly demonstrated how much of an exception the dorm was for Yasumizu.
うちの長男が今寮にいて、昨日のドラマがどうだったとか教えてくれるんですよ。ここじゃ夜しかつけないから。
Normally giving TVs to the younger generations would be a sign of luxury, but it was the other way around here. The children went to school in Kamafujiyoshi, but they never went anywhere beyond that and just went straight home. And Kamafujiyoshi was secluded to begin with. That was why they'd prioritize giving TVs to the children, to let them know what was happening outside the village and to help them learn modern Japanese culture. Apparently they also covered their electricity and gas bills. They had to be frugal, but they didn't mind supporting the children's access to TV. Chaimi was the first Yasumizu child to make it to college, and Yasunaga-kun was expected to follow her footsteps. Basically, they thought if they supported the young ones and helped them become prominent figures in society, the money they'd send back would make life easier for those who stayed here.
長男、安永にはこんな場所に縛られず自由に活躍してほしいって私としては思ってるんだけどね。ご覧の通り、次男は不出来なので目の届くところに置かなきゃと。でも長男は手前味噌だけど優秀で、死んだ夫も頭は良かったわ。でも気性も激しい人だった。頭と気性を息子はそれぞれ分けて継いでしまった。申し訳ないと思ってるのだけどね。どっちも賢く産んでやれなかったって。次男は難産で、私もあの子も死にかけたくらいだったから、その時にかけすぎた苦労があの子をああしたのかしら。
Kiyori-san was pretty talkative about this. I knew I was a stranger and she had to introduce Yasumizu to me, but this was a bit too much if you ask me. That was probably a sign of just how helpless she felt right now. Maybe Takumi-san should just propose to her and lighten the Oribi's burden. Marrying a widow with sons in middle to high school was difficult, and I could only assume that was his main issue. Feeling a bit conflicted, I glanced at the cheap alarm clock on the TV. It was 3 p.m. Any minute now.
ただいま。あれ。見知らぬやつ。
There, the high schoolers were back.
おかえりあなたたち。こちら急遽安水に移り住むことになった房石さんよ。
よろしくね。
珍しいですね。織部安永です。
ここの息子さんだよね。話は金がね。
母さん何言ったのさ。
不肖の息子をよろしくって。
まったく。あ、こっちが鴨志田近持で、こっちが牧島春です。
モッチーだ。ギブミー命。
Nope.
ねえモッチー、何あれ、イケメンってやつ？怖い。 多分やっすんの方がつらっと少年はいいよ。
兄ちゃんなら勝てる？
勝てる。
貴様に勝負を申し込む。
え？
待てい。僕が相手だ。
よし、おしっこ我慢対決スタート。
貴様、僕が絶賛我慢中だと見通していたとでも言うのか。
実は僕もそろそろ限界だったんだ。
先に漏らした方が勝ちにしよ
う。乗った。いや乗らない。
早く行きなさいよ二人とも。
あらら。
We both had to forfeit.
房石さん、モッチーと気が合いますね。
シッコマンの絆だな。
そうだな。いや違う。
改めて、こっちは春ちゃんです。
よろしくお願いします。
よろしく。なかなか独創的なファッションだね。
悪いですか？ 去年の暮れに梶原の100円ショップで揃えたんだけど。
That was just sad. It was something I'd expect from an elementary schooler.
いや、いいと思うよ。これから仲良くやっていこ
兄ちゃん、ナンパされた。怖い。
違うと思うな。
Man, Haruchan was distrustful of me even without the misunderstandings regarding Chaimi and I. Perhaps there really were people you just couldn't get along with. How sad.
あ、こんなに治ったんですね、食器。本来は僕らがやるようなことを。すみません。いやいや、楽しかったし、それにまだたっぷり残ってるしね。
安永、そんなことはいいから、早く予習復習をおやりなさいな。
ああ、そうだね。寮に戻るよ。
勝負はまただ、シッコマン。
それじゃあ、失礼します。
The high schoolers left.
これでだいたい、安水の全員に会われたのかしら。
そうですね。
There was one exception, though.
って、すみません、生返事で。1、2、3、記者さん入れて14人とあったかな。
1人、2人。あら、房石さんを入れないなら15人いるはずね。
Suddenly, as if rehearsed, the final person appeared.
ちょうどよかった。房石さん、こちら安水のおじいさんよ。
No one knew his name, did they?
こんにちは。
Like always, it was hard to tell whether he was listening or not.
今度こっちに住むことになりました。どうかよろしくお願いします。
There it was, his shtick.
どうしました？
He beckoned me closer. I carefully brought my ear to his mouth. Sway back.
狼が来るぞ。
びっくりしたな。
I evaded the potential damage to my eardrums. I had no idea what he was talking about, but he was grinning.
No. 腹減った。
ちょっと待ってくださいね。今おにぎりでもしますから。
This might have actually been the first time I saw him properly communicate with someone. Once given the onigiri, he quickly munched it all up, leaving a big mess and just staggered out. According to Kaori-san, he'd always been part of the whole Yasumizu package. He seemed to have something wrong with his head and tended to cause trouble here. All is apart, eh? Would it be wrong to assume he'd experienced something that made him go insane? At the very least, his catchphrase about wolves coming gave me that impression. He'd experienced the feast once, and the fear made the boy who cried wolf become the old man who cried wolf. Perhaps he'd even seen that thing. I'd love to hear what he had to say, but that seemed difficult.
これで全員かしら。
みたいですね。
I was glad to have heard so much from Kiyori-san, but I would have liked to talk to the young ones more. Chaimi is too. Was it possible for me to forge a proper relationship with her starting tomorrow?
18時まで休憩にしましょう。房石さんのおかげですごく早く片付いちゃった。助かるわ。
いえいえ。
After helping with the dinner preparation, I was mostly done for the day, so I was free to take a breather. It was almost 5 p.m. I hadn't been keeping track of time on the previous loop, but the mist had to appear soon. Needless to say, I was slightly tense. Not having anything better to do, I went outside. I looked up at the sky. The evening sun bathed everything in a red hue. This was probably the last time I'd see the mountain in the distance. No, this time I would survive until the mist cleared. Then I would look at this with the one dear to me and leave this place for good. As I gathered my resolve,
嵐を見とけが生えり
I suddenly heard an off-key singing voice. It completely deflated the tension of the scene.
Oh.
I could see Maiko running through the plaza. She clearly noticed me. Uematsu-san was right behind her.
房雪
That wasn't my name.
春明だよ。
Fusaishiさん、お疲れ様です。
まだまだ元気ですよ。
頼もしいです。夕飯前に少し下の原っぱを見に行こうかと。
Oh, just like the last time, huh? I'd been busy fixing my bike here, so I hadn't even noticed them go down.
下に原っぱがあるんですか？
はい。本当を言えば墓地なんですが。
お墓ですか。何があるんです？ああ、そういえば植松さんの服装は仏教のものにちょっと似ていますね。もしかして供養もされてるとか？
はい。植松は葬儀の家でもありましたから、葬式仏教も混じっているかも。
So, Mamiya-san was right. Bedroom woven servants, was it? Perhaps they protected not only dreams, but also eternal sleep, the peace of the dead.
血筋が細くなって、実務が行えなくなった後は、身車様にお任せしていますけれど。
それでもYasumizuに住むようになってからは、その墓の供養はしている？
自分ではそのつもりです。ただ、今は。
何です？
ちょっと気になって。
She looked towards the direction of Saranaga again. Perhaps she could feel the coming of the mist with her skin. I heard that centered people could sense incoming weather changes by differences in pressure and humidity alone.
何か起きるんです？
いいえ、気のせいだと思います。
Uematsu-san leaned on the pillar supporting the well's roof. Apparently, she decided against going to the field. Realizing this, Maiko started playing around.
子供は元気ですね。
はい。皿長から迷い込んだということで、皆怖がっていましたが、明るい子でよかったです。
どんな事情があったのでしょうね。
どこかの山で、無理心中か何かを逃れてきたのかもしれませんね。
That seemed likely. Takumi-san had mentioned last time that lots of suicidal people gathered here.
しかし、どうして上？
I was about to ask why she was the one to take care of her, but then I remembered something. She took in the corruption. That was one of the roles she was expected to fulfill. It felt wrong to me, but I didn't know what I actually had a problem with. Michael's parents? The locals who treated her like filth? Or perhaps the customs and superstitions that caused it?
くるりらひらひらひいりらきりたあった。
斬新な歌ですね。上富士吉でも放送で聞いたな。
I'd actually heard it here in the last loop, but whatever.
我らを生かすこの山、新内山の化身、新内明神様の教えを歌った古い歌です。新内山のお守りはいかがちふましらみからすよくも
She began singing out of nowhere.
夕霧立てば宴のしたくいついつむちなもなれもてはしる
Her clear voice vanished into the wind passing this empty plaza. However, I could hear it very well.
あやしよみびとけがらえり
The tone of the song suddenly changed.
あやしよみびとなきに 線
Her singing now brought out feelings of unease.
くくれやひとひにひとり切り立った
An ice-cold voice cut her off. I looked at the source, and a chill went down my spine. It was Chaimi, covered in the red of the evening, as well as the red of blood. Her whole body was covered in blood.
お疲れ様です。疲れました。
Huh?
芹沢さん、それ、どうしたの？
ああ、こりゃ失礼しました。いきなりだったらビビるよね、そりゃ。
She gave me a broad grin.
獅子の解体をされてたのかと。
当たりです。朝に肝臓じいちゃんが仕留めたのが大物でね。筋やら骨やらごっついのなんの。
Oh yeah, Takemi-san had told her to help Kanzo-san.
すごいですね。芹沢さん、解体なんかできるんですか？
まあ慣れですよ、慣れ。
っていうか、その普段着が血まみれでいいんですか？
引っかぶる気はなかったんだけど、ちょっと手が滑っちゃって。まあ全く同じ着替え持ってきてるからいいんですけどね。
She laughed and it made her look even scarier.
というか、ちえみでいいですよ。敬語とかもいらないです。今のリカ子さん？
いえ。
It clearly was.
じゃあ千恵美ちゃん、僕のことも春秋と呼んでよ。話し方もタメ語で結構。
あ、本当ですか？じゃあ春秋さん、ご飯の時にでも身の上話とか聞きたいな。
ちなみに、もしかして今晩は獅子肉のご相伴に預かれるのかな？
もちろん、今日はごちそうだ。
やったぜ。楽しみですね、植松さん。
What?
リカ子とお呼びください。
リカ子さん？
What kind of response was that?
なんでしょう。春はアルハラ
Aruhara?
春秋様。
She was about to call me by some weird name, but she somehow managed to actually get my real one right. Problem being that she called out to me, but didn't actually have anything to say. Oh boy. Oh, and what's your problem, Chaimi-san?
春秋さん、よかったら獅子の解体見学しに来ない？でっかい狩猟ナイフでブッシュブッシュ肉を断つよ。
Whoa, what kind of invitation, or that kind of invitation would have weirded out anyone normal, but me? I was actually intrigued.
春秋様。
はい。
あちらへ行きませんか？
どちらへ？
墓場へ。
An invitation even freakier than the previous one. I felt like she'd take me straight to the land of the dead, though that was interesting in its own way.
リカ子さん、あんな原っぱで何するつもりですか？
芹沢様こそ血の宴などけったいな。いくら安水の務めとはいえ、血は汚れにつながるのですよ。
リカ子さんこそエッチいことはバッチいことですよ。
何をご想像されてるの？別に私はそのようなことは。
そんなこと言ってリカ子さん結構むっつりっぽいからな。
そんな。
大丈夫、男子はみんなエッチなお姉さんが大好きだから。でも残念、エロパワーでもちえみさんはリカ子さんを超えるから。
そんなずるいです。
君ら何言ってるんですか？
久幸さん、持って持って。
なんだって？
メイコ、一体何を。
リカ子さん脱落？じゃあ知恵みもらっちゃおっかな。
そんなうまい話が。
割と好みですよ。春明さんがこっち住むなら里帰りする楽しみができたかな。
So, I had a chance with Chaimi in this route too, huh?
芹沢さんがいない間、チャンスだらけ。
なんと、それはまずい。
And with Rikako-san too.
メイコちゃん、かけっこしようぜ。
I ran around with her like I was a kid, her own age again. As much as I enjoyed them having a cat fight over me, I knew that we were almost out of time. The dense mist began flowing into the plaza.
嘘だろ。
My tone was a bit forced, but no one paid any heed.
みんな、霧が出た。
Jamie's loud voice flung everyone into a frenzied panic.
ばあちゃんは家に入った。おやっさんは年寄り扱いしてんじゃねえ。シー、ガキどもを連れて寮行け。
春明さん。
案内は私が。
わかった、頼みます。春明さん、これが安水の霧。バカバカしいかもしれないけど、絶対に手順は守って。
ああ、わかった。
へえ、これが噂のノーム。本当に出会えるとはラッキーかも。
機材に悪そうだな。
それどころじゃないんです。部屋があってよかったわ。すぐにそちらへ逃げてください。
間宮さん、こっちだから。カメラマンさんは。
俺が行く。プレハブだろ。おっさん来い。転ぶなよ。
そんな焦らなくても。
I couldn't help but worry.
来る。来る。狼が来る。
At the edge of my fading vision, I saw the old man mutter that and walk off.
メイコ、春明様、嫌な予感が当たったようです。
霧が出たら家に閉じこもるんでしたっけ？
みそぎ、物意味、夢枕、宴の支度、必ず3つお守りください。
体拭いて、鍵かけて、寝る？
そう。ご飯は明日まで待ってね。
うん、わかった。
掟を守れば、今日は誰も死なない。
どういうことですか？
今日は宴の支度。明日からの宴に備えて支度せぬ者を神内明神は罰される。もう行ってください。
Mikaka-san took Meiko in her arms and took a step back. That alone made her face less clear.
必ず支度をして明日また会いたいから。
必ず守ります。
I shouted that right before her face vanished. Of course, we know you don't actually have to do any of that, besides locking yourself away, because that's how he's survived the first night. She clearly liked me, so much that she was almost crying. She probably assumed I wouldn't believe her and thought I'd be a pile of gore tomorrow. Not a chance. I knew how serious this was, and understood the depths of their fear and despair, and on top of it all, I wanted to help them. I wanted to reassure them by making it all too clear. I made my way carefully downhill to my hut. Unlock. Enter. Lock. Oh man. I felt so much safer than last time. After all, I could actually lock up, and had a decently sized space that was protected from the mist. I had a nice place to lie down. I'd made it this far. That alone was a strong sign that I was doing way better than before. I turned on the light. I actually had electricity here. Well, I had it in the dorm last time too. All that was really cut was the telephone wires to the dining hall. Weird to think that mist and severed phone wires were enough to create a closed circle like this one. Even weirder that I actually came back here of my own volition. I reached into the bag at the corner of the room and opened the yellow box of food. It was probably unfair to everyone else, but I needed the energy. I'd have a hell of a time tomorrow. After my half-assed excuse for dinner, I took the wet towel from the pail and washed my body. I then checked if the door was really locked. All that was left was to spread out the futon and sleep. Could I, though? After all, I had so many things on my mind. Of course, the things I'd learned today. I found out that I could change how things went down. This time, I somehow succeeded in becoming an inhabitant here and saved the journalists. I had no idea if this would make things better than last time, but it was clear things were different. That alone was big. Had to be. Also, I had a feeling there was at least one Yasumizu inhabitant who'd experienced a feast before. This wasn't that new, but now I felt the elders weren't the only suspects. Takumi-san could have experienced one too. Tomorrow I could probably ask if there was a miss before, and I could actually make it sound natural. The settlement's history was just as deserving of an investigation as its customs and superstitions. And Mikako Uematsu. She might have actually been way weirder than I first thought. She fell off and went nuts when you just called her by her name. Despite her weirdness, though, there was a certain charm to her. She was kind of like a fancy-looking restaurant that you were afraid to go into, but when you mustered the courage, it turned out to be unexpectedly cheap and sold simple yet nice flavors, making you really attached to it. But, objectively speaking, it felt like she was actually attracted to me. But why? Did our first meeting leave that much of an impression? Not that I minded the attention, but this seemed a bit too good to be true. Whatever the case, I'd formed a bond that I certainly didn't expect last time. Assuming I solve this whole mystery, what do I do next? Follow through on my lie and actually living here would upset too many parties, so that was a no. And if I left here someday, what would become of my relationships? Rikako-san didn't look like she'd ever leave this place. What about Chaimi? Why was I counting my chickens before they hatched anyway? I did appreciate that Chaimi actually liked me this time too. I wasn't much help to her last loop, so I kind of fixated on saving her this one. But there was another way to look at this. That was a feeling born of a trip through hell with her last time, standing by her until the end. But the Chaimi from back then wasn't the same as the Chaimi from this loop. Any feelings I had for the previous Chaimi had nothing to do with this one. There was nothing more hollow than chasing after unrequited feelings, right? I'd had enough of thinking about that. It just made me feel empty inside. Time to review more important things, like the previous roles. Takumi Budo was the snake. Chikamochi Kamoshida and Meiko were the monkeys. Yasunaga Orabe and Taiya Moaki were the wolves. Those were the only clear ones. Now for the rest. Since the spider was supposed to protect the snake, Takumi-san, who died on the second day, it was safe to assume it was someone who died on the first. That was either Kanzo Makishima or Yasuga Orabe, and I was pretty sure it was the former. I had no guesses for the crow, though, the guardian that didn't really get a turn in the spotlight last time. There was only one standard lynching, after all. In fact, there were far more abnormal deaths, though I had no idea if those were or were not covered by the crow's power to tell if the lynched victim was a wolf or not. If they were, then perhaps the crow was waiting for the chance to come out, but all who died were humans, and eventually they were out of the game. Or maybe it was someone who couldn't make good use of the power at all. Assuming Kanzo-san was the spider, then I had 7 suspects for the crow. Yotsugiru Orabe, Haru Makishima, Chaimi Saruzawa, Rikako Uematsu, Kinosuke Nasato, Kiori Orabe, and the old wolf guy. First, Yotsugu-kun. Honestly, I felt like he'd revealed himself as the owner of a guardian way before Takumi-san would. He was reckless and impulsive after all. Kinosuke seemed like the type to proudly reveal that he had the crow. It was his family guardian's beast after all. Or maybe he was using it to gather information on his own so he could pull out a bunch of his own deductions all at once. No, he wasn't that stupid, surely. Also, he was given free rein until the wolves got to him on the final day. He had an ample time to do something. Then, Haru Makishima. She'd betrayed the humans and sided with the wolves, despite the fact that it wouldn't save her life. Needless to say, that seemed insane. The great Lord Shinai came to her in a dream and told her the truth? What the hell? Who'd die for that? Was there some other way to create such madness? A method to create a murderer? Was there anything besides that Yasunugu-kun mentioned? I had no idea, but if there was, I really didn't think anyone with a guardian would fall victim to it. If Chaimi was the crow, I would hope she'd have confided in me about it. Kiori Orebe I had no idea. She'd been the only one killed the conventional way last time, but she never really was given the chance to speak up. Even if she was, it's possible she'd chosen to keep silent and focus on killing everyone for her son, or she'd tried to become a shield for him. The old wolf guy made no sense at all. If he'd gotten a guardian, it likely would have just gone to waste. Finally, Rikaku-san. I had no idea what to expect from her. She was the only descendant of the Uematsu family and their current head, so perhaps she knew some secrets known only to the head families. However, from what I observed of her today, it really did seem like she just had a bad feeling and came to check. I didn't know how intelligent she was either. She did seem to have good intuition, but she was also a bit of a klutz. There was also the fact that she'd been eliminated from the previous game due to some kind of strange corruption. Maybe she didn't have a chance to reveal that she possessed the guardian. That meant the most likely candidates for the crow were the Kako-san, Kiori-san, and the old wolf guy. What was most important here, though, was if those with guardians would be the exact same as last time. If they were, I'd have this feast in the bag. If, to use an extreme example, I went and silently took out Yasumizu-kun and Tai-san, I'd probably fall victim to the corruption, but the human side would win. Of course, the participants were different this time, so it wasn't guaranteed that we'd get the same guardians. But if Great Lord Shinai or whatever picked them had some sort of qualifications for his chosen, the additions of outsiders would change nothing. On the other hand, if our participation could change the guardian assignments, was it random or was there some kind of pattern? Whichever it was, it would mean that there was no higher will intent on giving guardians to specific people. Whatever the case, it would help getting closer to the truth behind the feast. If I found out the rules behind the guardian distribution, I could probably win without trying to read people's minds. The only problem was my whole looping thing. Nobody would believe me if I would told them. I couldn't blame them. If I went and said, this is how it was last time, so you're the wolf this time, everyone would think I was nuts. I had to look at this as nothing but a source of extra info to use to my advantage. And of course, I couldn't sleep. What would happen to me if I spent the whole night awake? Was someone watching me? Did they know I wasn't sleeping? Would they come to kill me? That line of thinking made me feel like I was being watched. What about the locals? They already had the mists and the feast to fear. Could they sleep soundly? I knew the old stories said they should be able to, but...
兄ちゃん、春も幸せにして。
There was something wrong with the people of Yasumizu. They were normal in regular circumstances. No total idiots anywhere, and not all of them seemed like the sort to lose themselves in superstitious ramblings. However, certain situations seemed to act as a trigger, turning them completely irrational. The absolute extreme fear of the mist. The complete submission to the real story. The lack of aversion towards hanging people. Was that all part of the feast? If so, what kind of psychological systems were at work here? I couldn't understand. Things I couldn't understand scared me. Was there a limit to the extent I couldn't comprehend? What if it was just a huge, never-ending downward spiral of irrationality? If that was the case, I'd be pretty damn scary. What? "5:13 Tuesday. My eyes were closed, but it was bright. That could only mean that morning had come. No, well, yes, but there was something more important. I had actually closed my eyes and fallen asleep. I got to my feet. Sure enough, it was morning. I'd actually ended up sleeping. Well, that meant that, since I'd completed my preparations, I was actually invited to the feast. That was proof that as long as you had a place to stay, you could participate in the feast even if you lived here for only a day. It was 6 o'clock right now. I'd gone to bed way too early, but that provided me a good night's sleep. I couldn't sense any beasts outside. Without hesitation, I opened the door. Sure enough, there was the mist. Last time, the first one who'd come to me was Chaimi, but that was later than it was now. Was I supposed to wait before making a move? No. This was a chance to learn something I hadn't last time. I couldn't let this opportunity slip by me. Yasumizu was eerily silent. I couldn't see anything. My whole body was covered in cold mist, and I was all alone. It reminded me of my time wandering the endless riverbed before death. Crap. People despaired when they were cold, hungry, alone, and could barely see. This was unavoidable and not something I could win against. I had to find someone right away. Suddenly, I heard an angry shout from nearby. It made me turn rigid, and then... Kanzo Makshimashi came out of the mist, gun in hand.
おはようございます。
今起きたか。
ええ。特に何事もなく。
腹、見たか。
は？
使いの加護は腹に出る。
Oh yeah. Chamie had told me that last time. Also mentioned something about Mako not being able to read it.
まだなら、見てこい。
はあ、わかりました。
Acting like I didn't know what he was talking about, I returned to the hut. Man, that was close. I hadn't even considered the possibility that I'd have a guardian. Well, it was unlikely, but I checked just to be sure. I lifted up my t-shirt and exposed my stomach. Huh? What I saw almost made me shriek. I hadn't even noticed it. I didn't realize there was something like this on my body. It was drawn in a red fluid, most likely blood, and it was nothing I'd ever seen before. Also, there was some eerie text there.
鏡。いや、携帯で写真を。
After a bit of trial and error, I finally read what it said. The tower lookout, the snake. Find the lurking yomi. Cleanse and purify, or die. So, this mark was the snake's. It clearly said the tower lookout. The description seemed faithful to the original source, and it had a certain aura about it. Find the lurking yomi. The snake's role was to search for the yomibitu. Cleanse and purify, or die. Man, not being roundabout at all, are we? Anyway, that meant the corruption would take me if I didn't wash it off, huh? I quickly grabbed a wet towel and washed off the freaky warning. It even smelled like blood. I didn't know what it belonged to, though. If it were animal blood, it might have been in danger of catching something. Man, what were they thinking? Anyway, a snake of all things? It belonged to Takumi-san last time. He quickly revealed it, and, I assumed, the wolves used it to their advantage. After all, the snake was the human's only way of actively confirming who was a wolf or not. This made it even harder for me to die. And, just like I thought yesterday, the roles had changed a lot. There was now no guarantee that Yasumizu and Taisan were wolves. They could easily be humans. The same went for everyone else. It was best to assume that I'd been sent back to square one on that front. Wait, how was I supposed to use the snake's power anyway? The blood letters only said that I was a snake and had to wash it off right away. Did someone know? But if I went to ask, I'd basically be telling them I was the snake. Would there be an explanation during the first feast? I had no choice but to believe. For now, I would just return to the plaza.
おはようございます。
I walked through the mist as I called out.
兄ちゃん、こっちだ。
This time, I had no problems meeting up with Kanzo-san.
見てきたか。
はい。
どうだった？
My mind stopped for a second.
どうとは？
なんでもねえ。間違いだ。
He looked away. Was that a leading question just now? If there was something on my stomach, it meant I had a guardian. I was meant to be a newcomer who didn't know anything. Wasn't it unfair to ask me that? If I'd actually said or even implied that there'd been something on my stomach, that would mean that I had a guardian. Or if I said there was nothing, that could be used against me to further down the line, putting me at a disadvantage. If he was a wolf who knew the implications of his next question, then again, I felt like he retracted his question because he knew it could lead to that kind of misunderstanding. Shit, I'd love to ask that, but I couldn't use knowledge I wasn't supposed to have.
牧島さんでしたよね。もう一通り回られたんです。
うん。
That seemed like a yes to me.
みんな無事そうですか？
一人死んだ。
Huh?
待ってください。一体何が起きてるのかさっぱり。
騒ぐな。殺すぞ。
Kill? Did he really just use that word so casually?
おとなしくせえ。わしは てめえを信じとらん。
He brandished his rifle again.
僕は何も知らない。何もしてない。
それは宴で決める。
He sure was assertive. Maybe he didn't have a guardian this time. This made me realize I could tell friend from foe by searching for differences in their behavior from last time around. For now, though, I just had to make it through this awkward moment with Kanzo-san. Soon enough, we were joined by the others. Tai-san, Takumi-san, Kiyori-san, Yotsuku-kun, the old wolf guy. Takumi-san and Kanzo-san then went to the Nasato mansion and the dorm, leaving me with just a woman, a child, and 2 elders.
おい、おっさん。
I wasn't one of the old farts, damn it.
もしかして僕のことか？
他に誰がいいんだよ。
心外な。それでどうしたの？
てめえ、なんか知らねえの？
え、何かって？
こんな時にYasumizu送りになったんだ。自分だっておかしいと思うだろ。樋口のクソは何か言ってなかったのかよ。
いや、思いつかないね。
I played it off.
東京からの僕の不運は続いてるみたいだ。肌でわかるよ。尋常じゃない状況だって。まったく、イカれてるよ、この霧は。
てめえが言うな、イカれ野郎。
He said that, but his tone wasn't as antagonistic as before. It actually felt somewhat friendly. I can only guess that my act from yesterday warmed him up to me. A bit, anyway.
義継、あんたはまた。
別に揉めてねえよ。つうか、無理すんな。顔真っ青じゃねえか。
すみません、房石さん。とにかく、おとなしくなさい。
ふん。構いませんよ。ところで、リカ子さんとメイコちゃんはまだでしょうか？
そうね。いつも朝はお早いけど。
長者のことなんざ知らね
え。よしくん、やめんかね。ちょっとお呼びしてこよ
う。The relationships here were really complicated. Soon enough, Tai-san brought Rikaka-san and Maiko.
おはようございます。
As she entered the plaza, she looked out at our mist-covered faces. Upon seeing mine, she gasped, and gave me a very slight bow.
お姉ちゃん、お布団で転んだ。足ぶつけて痛い。
Maiko seemed in poor spirits.
後でおまじないをしてあげる。
Magic? I wouldn't have been all that surprised if she was actually capable of that.
しかし、ひどい霧ですね。実際に安水の霧に巻かれるのは初めてです。はい。私も、そうです。宴をせねば、なりませんね。
そうですね。
てめえこれ、どの面下げて宴がどうとか言ってんだよ、長者野郎がよ。
やめなさい、義継。すみません。力不足で。本当に。ね
え、お兄ちゃん、怖い。
俺はてめえを認めてねえ。てめえだって長者の一人に違いねえし、腹の中で何考えてるかわかんねえんだ。
なぜそんなに敵視するんだい？それほどまでに長者は憎い存在なの？
当たり前だ。長者がいなきゃおふくろは絶対化けの皮剥いでやっから。
Yoshitsugu-kun was sure aggressive this time. Did he have a guardian? This line of thinking felt dangerous. Making too many assumptions seemed more risky than not knowing anything.
お姉ちゃん。
Rikaka-san was as inexpressive as always, but I could tell she was feeling depressed.
なんというか、大変ですね、ここは。
春明様。
She looked around in confusion before.
よく、ご無事で。よかった。本当に。
She then gave me a smile.
いや、さすがに霧程度でどうこうなんてならないですよ。
猿中。 この下を流れる川ですが、皿長の霧は黄泉の陽気と言われます。富士吉では昔から最大の凶兆と考えられたのです。
野里さんも霧が出ると必ず死人が出ると言っていましたね。
She made a stern face unlike any I'd seen on her.
野里様は来て間もない春秋様になんてことをお伝えになるのでしょう。
ああ、いえ、こんな霧だから事故が必ず起きるのだと。
それにしても不謹慎です。Yasumizuには今も皆様が住んでおられる。必ず死ぬなどと縁起でもない。
僕は来てまだ1日ですが、リカ子さんは長者の一員としては少し変わっておいでなのでしょうか。
なぜそのような。
いえ、野里さんにしろ上富士吉の人にしろ、Yasumizuに対する物言いが。
私は叱るべき敬意を払うべきと思っているだけです。富士吉という村の存続はYasumizuによるところが大きいのですから。
どういうことでしょう。詳しく聞きたいです。
いずれお聞かせします。今はその。
ええ、そんな場合じゃありませんね。
私はYasumizuを守りたいのです。
Thus, the Rikako fell silent. Feeling a bit awkward, I resumed waiting. Soon enough, Takumi-san brought Kiyanosuke Shi to us. He immediately started worrying over Rikako-san, as expected, but she seemed unreceptive to him. I might have gotten in the way of his love story. It made me feel kind of bad. Eventually, Kanzo-san returned along with the students.
間宮さん、そこ足元気をつけて。
危ない危ない。
Seeing Hisako Mamiya-san with them filled me with relief. Thus, I finally understood what would happen now.
おはようございます、皆さん。
Ignoring everyone's gloomy faces, she forced a smile and greeted us like it was a normal morning. The inhabitants didn't respond. I also had a guess about what had happened, so I had trouble picking my words too.
どうしちゃったんです？確かにすごい霧ですけど、それが一体？あれ？橋本さん、まだ寝てます？
Again, no one responded.
上の方にいるんでしたっけ？ちょっと見てきますね。
無駄よ。
Kanzushi opened his mouth, taking it upon himself to say it. I could already hear some stifled sobbing. It was Haru-chan. Not only was she afraid, she also realized that a tragedy had occurred. Mami-san realized that something was wrong and was about to ask about it when...
でけえのは死んだ。
The crude old man just told her what was up.
何を？
上ん崩れとるところで死んどる。
何を言ってるんですか？
She instantly lost her composure. The unnatural aura around here was suddenly starting to get to her.
ふざけないでください。今朝一番で車を直してここから出ないといけないんです。私起こしてきますから。
勝手に動くんじゃねえ。
何の権限が。
牧島さん。
I raised my voice because Kanzushi reached for his gun again.
冗談でしょ。何これ。ああ、ドッキリとかパンクしたとこから。それならわかる。
僕らはあなたたちのルールをまだ知らないんだ。銃を向けてあなたの思うように動くとは限りませんよ。
なんだてめえは。
ああ、やめとけおやっさん。どうしちまったんだ。人には絶対銃を向けんなって普段やかましいあんたがよ。
Kanzushi silently lowered the gun.
ドッキリじゃないなら 犯罪だわ。やりすぎよ。今すぐやめて。ここから出ていくわ。
間宮さんだっけか。悪いがそういうわけにはいかねえんだ。霧が晴れるまでは絶対に山に入っちゃダメだ。それに言いにくいが、あんたの相棒はもういねえ。やられちまってる。
やられた。殺された。何を言ってるのよ。だから。
匠、連れてけ。
あんた血を見ても平気か？
冗談なのよね。
僕も行きます。あの人にはお世話になったから。
ああ。あと悪いが手借りる。
With the cleanup, I assumed.
わかりました。
私も行きます。メイコはここにいなさいな。
私も行く。
俺も行く。そんなもんでビビらね
え。くだらん。霧で迷って転びでもしたか。うちの辞書のことなら一応見に行かねばな。まったく面倒な。
We got so many volunteers that, besides the old people and Maiko, the only ones who ended up staying were Coyote-san and Hara-chan, both of whom didn't look so good. Takumi-san led us up the hill. Since we went through the field, some of us fell or got stuck, so it took a whole 10 minutes. Still, we arrived at the scene of the crime. What I saw there was almost exactly the same as what I saw last time. There was a brutalized corpse. It was close to the prefab, next to a waist-tall boulder which did little to hide the large body. It was thoroughly destroyed. The entire frame had been torn apart and bent as if to systematically detach his muscles, insides, and bones from his body. The only thing that hinted at who this once was the scattered pieces of clothing and the impressive amount of flesh. Once again, Yudai Hashimino-shi failed to survive the first night.
夜外に出ちまったか。
Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is Audapostrophe. You've been watching Raging Loop on Nintendo Switch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.